everyone, Abby here, Purple Cottage Crafts, and welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. So I'm just out here today just doing some stitching. I'm working on another design team project for Tracy Fox, and I thought I would go ahead and maybe just kind of turn on the camera and take a break from working on that and just kind of share with you some projects that I have in the works, and then also maybe do a little bit of stitching on what I'm working on for Tracy with you as well. So we'll kind of see how that goes. So these are some fabric journal covers that I actually made quite a few months ago, and I haven't really done anything with them, like because I needed to come down here and complete them in my craft room and stuff. And now that I'm getting closer to where I can unpack my paper and everything, because we got the upstairs paper storage units set up and everything, so now I can kind of get back to working on the innards of my different books and stuff. So, but here is the cover for this one, and I think the stitching inside is pretty too, but I'll probably get covered up. And here's kind of a pinky, shabby chicy looking one here. That was a lot of fun to do. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I was like, what is going on with this? So this one has a little bit of a thicker spine because I was using some vintage upholstery fabric, which will be great for when I do when I get the signatures in there. So that'll be nice. But that's how this one looks, at least for now. And I've left these blank on the front because I'm gonna stitch in the title, which I don't know yet. I won't know until I work on it. And then this one's kind of like a little flappy thing. Opens up like that. You can see the stitching. When I'm doing French knots like that, it's kind of wasting for a little bit, but I don't want to stop and start a new one each time. That would just drive me insane. So that's just what I do. And there's the front a little closer. And there's the back. I think it's just a nice texture on the back with those French knots being on there. So those are some journals that I'm going to be working on hopefully within the next week or two. And they of course will be up for sale when I get those done. I don't know if my website's going to be done or not. I have I've been working on it, but then I take breaks for a while on it and that kind of thing. And so it's been something that Steve's been building for me and working for me on for well, let's see, probably seriously within the last summer or something like that. And then I just kind of push it off to the side and do some other stuff and things like that. But I do want to get more focused and get that done, just because it'll be easier for me to have one landing spot, like for everything, you know, to purchase, follow my social media, that kind of thing. So anyway, this is what I'm working on right now for Tracy Fox. I'm not going to be doing a video just on this until it's completely done, of course. So this isn't like a tutorial or whatever. This is just me doing some stitching, and I thought I would just go ahead and kind of gab with you while I'm working on a little bit of that. So this is kind of the concept for this one, and it does have a buttonhole right here, and I just stitched on a little button, and that's the cover. This is not from her latest peeled paint kit that she has. I don't remember the name of this one. I have it written down, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But when I do the flip through video, not the flip through, when I do the design team project video, then I'll have all that information. But this has the peeled paint, the papers right there. There's lots of coffee dyed and vintage fabrics, and just lots and lots of stitching, because that's my jam, that's my thing. And so there's that, and then it's going to kind of open up. This is I'm calling this a fabric concertina, because it opens up like, you know, it's going to be, once I get it all the stitching inside, then it'll be a little bit more defined as far as the folds. So but there's that. I will link below one of the concertinas I've done. It was probably last summer, I think, where I was sharing with you one that I made when I was still stitching in the house, or not stitching, but crafting in the house before I got out to my room. So I will link that below in case you're curious what that one looks like. So what I'm doing on this one, let me zoom in just a little bit, is just working on the inside. And I'm just in the process still of stitching down some things. I've got some things that are still pinned. And what I've done with the project is with her peeled paint kit, I've printed some out on 2 different types of fabric, printable fabric, because I wanted different thicknesses for just different texture. And so this is one of the printables, or one of her backgrounds. And then underneath here, this isn't stitched down yet, I just got done stitching the butterfly to another background of hers from the same kit. And the butterflies from that kit as well. I don't think you're going to be able to see it very well, but I did put some of the Timmy's crazing collage medium that I just inked over top of it. And so that'll kind of go into there. And I want this little bit here to poke out. I didn't cut it this or tear it that way. That's just kind of what it did, and I like that. So I'm gonna, when I get ready to stitch this down, I'm gonna try to make that, keep that there. So what I'm doing now, and it's kind of hard to see with the first color, but or it possibly could be hard for you guys to see. I don't know for sure. Let me pin this down because I've got my fans going in here. I turned them down because I was afraid they were going to be too loud when I'm trying to film, but I have to have them on at least on low because it's just so hot in here until I get my wall AC unit and that kind of stuff. Anyway, so hopefully you can see all the little stitches I've been doing here, just basically just stitching down the different fabrics and doilies and whatnot. So now what I want to do is I want to transition into a little bit darker tone. So I'm not going to zoom in like too close when I'm stitching because, like I said, this is just more of a gabbing, watching me stitch type of thing than like an actual like tutorial or anything like that. So I did get to, I think this is the ones I wanted to use. Let me look. Because I always like get a bunch of needles threaded on already when I'm ready to work on something. And I think this is, yeah, these are the ones I want. So I'm going to transition from this color. I think it's this one. I always have to double check. Yeah, from this one. And I don't keep the like I don't try to keep track of the colors and stuff because that's not as important to me when I'm working on stuff. So I don't know what color this is of thread. But then I'm going to kind of do like an ombre into some of the darker tones that I've picked out. So what's on the needle now that you're going to see me stitching is this one, and this does happen to be in the package still. So that's the number on it in case you're interested in that, and it's DMC. And this is another design team project. I did a tutorial on this. I'll link that video below too in case you're interested in watching that. So I'm just going to do some stitching. I thought we could just do some gabbing, just kind of see what's going on with everybody. And oh, already have one out. And just kind of chit chat with you just about, I don't know, whatever, you know, me, Gabby Abby. So I think I can probably get a little bit closer. So we had Kyron last weekend, and which was awesome. And I always love having my little grandson with us. Of course, I'll be throwing up some photos as I'm talking about him, because that's what Nanas do. And it was awesome. So I got him on Friday, and then was it Friday? Yeah, Friday. And then and all I'm doing is just a like small stitching, like a running stitch type of thing. I'm not doing any fancy embroidery stitches yet. The point of me, or this phase I'm in right now, is just to tack down all of the material, and then I will come back and do decorative stitching and add more of the elements from Tracy's kit. Not just the fabric, but also in the actual paper. Like I have some tags and different things that I've cut out that I'll be adding to this. So just wanted to throw that in there as well. Let's see. So I went and picked him up on Friday, and then we came back to the house because he is potty trained now. But you know, it's a 45-minute drive from one direction from our house to theirs, and so he's only 3. So you know, I wanted to make sure he had an opportunity to use the restroom before we went on the rest of our errands. And then we came home after, and then Kaylee went with us. We went out to a girlfriend of mine's house, her property. She has a bunch of blueberries, and she saw the pictures I posted on my Instagram where I was trying my hand for the first time using fruit to dye fabric. And I used blueberries that we had left over that were just about ready to kind of be on their last leg a little bit, and then some cherries, the same situation. So she messaged me and said, hey, I've got a ton of blueberries if you want to come out and pick some blueberries. And I was like, yeah, I would love to do that. So the three of us went out there, and I'll put up some pictures as I'm talking about that. And that was a lot of fun. Kyron, of course, had a great time. He probably ate about as many as he picked, which was fine, because there was, I mean, I don't know how many pounds we got, but I ended up with a lot. So, and some of the ones I got smashed and weren't really ready to eat or whatever, those, because they already got picked or they were kind of on the ground. I grabbed those and I put those in a separate baggie and froze those so I could use them for future fabric dyeing projects and paper dyeing, things like that. So that was fun. And I used to work with her, Elizabeth's her name. I used to work with her at Safeway. I started working at Safeway when I was 18. I worked in the deli, and she came, I think, a year after I did, because I was there a little bit longer than she was, or I'd worked there before she did anyway. So I had not seen her in person since we moved back from Florida, which is 2 years this summer actually. So it was nice to see her and catch up in person. We talk online and stuff, but it was nice to actually see her in person and gab with her and just kind of get caught up on life and things like that. And plus she had not met my grandson yet, so it was fun to have her see my grandson. And she had not seen Kaylee in years, because I stopped working there when I was expecting Kaylee, because I had some preterm labor with Kaylee. I was I was in the nursing program full-time, going to college full-time, and I was working full-time at Safeway still, and I had Trey. So my doctor had told me that I needed to quit one of the two, and so I was fortunate enough to be able to stop working. I'd been there so long that I had built up a bunch of vacation time, and of course maternity leave is paid, all that kind of fun stuff, and blah 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 blah. And then I just continued with nursing school, because I didn't want to lose my spot in that program. So anyway, anyway, I'm telling you all that story, but anyway, so it's been a long time since Elizabeth had seen Kaylee in person, so it was fun for her to see her too. So we did that, and then came home and just did kind of some normal house life stuff, fixed dinner, and I started to process some of the blueberries, washing them, getting them dried off and freezing, because I gave some to my mother-in-law. I'm taking some to my mom later this week, and then I gave some to, who else did I give blueberries to? Oh, I gave some to Emily whenever she came to pick up Kyron on Sunday. So that way, because she has a blueberry bush, or whatever you call them, I guess, in her backyard, but it's only like one, so it doesn't, she doesn't have like a ton. And so anytime Kyron goes out there to play, he's always on that bush eating the blueberries, so, which is great. Love that. That kid loves fruit. He is just a fruit fanatic, which is good. So, because it's good for you. So I did that, and then it was bath time with Kyron. It's funny because we have one of those, we call it his pool, his indoor pool, because we have one of the garden tubs that doesn't have jacuzzi in it. It was in the house when we already bought it. I bathe Kyron in there because it's just a bigger tub and it's just fun for him, and he likes to pretend he's swimming and things like that. And of course I'm sitting in there with him on the edge, so I'm right there with him and all that good safety stuff. But so he did that. He had his little indoor pool bath, and then we kind of settled down and watched some TV. And then Saturday, what did we do on Saturday? Oh, Saturday was a graduation party for our nephew. It's one of Steve's brother's sons, and so Kyron was with us for that as well. And that was a lot of fun because we were able to see some family we hadn't seen, in a long time because of, quarantine and that kind of thing. And it was just awesome. They had it at their property, and in their big shop they just built is where they had the graduation party. So everybody was able to, be distanced and all that stuff. So, and then the doors were open and everything. So it was, it was a great time. It was a warm day, but it was awesome. Kyron got to go look at their chickens, which, he thought was awesome. And we saw some horses and some goats. from their neighbors. They have the chickens, but their neighbors have goats and horses and stuff. So kind of enjoyed that as well. And then we came home and just kind of just chillaxed and stuff a little bit. So, and then Sunday, I took him shopping at Target to get him just some more summer clothes and some jeans and things like that, because that's what nanas do. I like to help them, help the kids out as I can with things like that. And so that was fun. And then Emily came and picked him up a few hours later, and then he went home. Well, she stayed here and visited with us for a little bit, and then she went home, and that's kind of what our weekend was like. So it was awesome. And I'm sure you all were wondering, Abby, what did you do last weekend? Well, now you guys know what I did. It was a great time. And any time with Kyron is the best time, and I just love that little boy so much. Kaylee is gone this week. She works at Safeway too, she works at Safeway as well, I should say, not too, because I don't work there anymore. I haven't for almost 21 years now, because she'll be 21 soon. But so this is her. She's been there for a couple of years, and this is her first time to actually take vacation. They told her that, and this is common with Safeway and other places of employment as well, that you have to use your vacation before the end of the calendar year type of thing. Use it or lose it type of thing. She's just a hard worker, and so she just has never really taken time off to just enjoy things and all that. And so she did. So she is gone in Las Vegas this week with her dad and that side of the family. So that is a good time for her. I'm happy she's getting away and having some fun and enjoying herself. So it's quiet around here without her, that's for sure. I don't see her a whole lot, which is kind of weird because she lives here. But like I said, now all of her college courses are online because of the current situation. But she is normally, I have to explain, not that I have to explain how I'm stitching, but I'm going to, because I feel like someone like, what is she doing? Normally when I get to the end like that, because I'm right-handed, I like to stitch to the left. Normally on other projects I would just flip it over and just keep going back and forth weaving, but it's a little cumbersome for me this way with this on here. And then also I want to look at it right side up, because I don't want to I just kind of want to see the placement of different things. So that's why I'm stopping and starting right now. So like I said, I'm sure nobody probably really cares, but I feel like I just wanted to explain that. So there is that. So let's see. And then Steve's been busy with work. His I call it his day job, and it is his day job. And then also super busy with the startup company that he's got going with a friend of ours as well. And once that's up and running and everything's good, I will share that exciting news with you guys if you'd like to know about that. And it's going to be a great opportunity for our family and for the area that we live in. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now you can't really see, I've only done one row. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see the color difference. I think you can from here to up here. So I just kind of like a little bit of a gradient, I guess. And I'm not trying to do straight lines because I don't want to do that. So I'm purposely kind of doing some little bit of wave. This kind of adds visual texture to it as well. And then it's just not so like pretentious, I guess, because sometimes I like to be precise when I'm stitching, but for this one I'm not. This is just kind of a, I'm just stitching to tack down some of the fabric, and then just kind of having some fun. So, and then I kind of go back in if I have like a gap, like there's a gap from like here, like none of like this whole section here is not stitched down. I'll come back in and either fill it in now or use a different color. It just kind of depends. I'm just kind of having fun with it. So that's what I love about slow stitching so much, is that with any type of creativity, you can do whatever you want. There are no rules or anything like that. You do what you like, and it's your piece, and that's what matters. And you just interpret it into your own type of art and what your vision is. So it's a little bit thicker going through some of this Battenberg lace because of the, I didn't tell you, in case maybe you want to know what the background is. So this is just some canvas, like drop cloth canvas from like Home Depot, and I coffee dyed a length of it, and then this is actually left over from the fruit fabric dyeing I was doing I guess about a week ago. And when you prepare the fabric before you put it into the dye, that's what this is left over from, because I didn't have enough of the dye because I was just using leftover fruit that we had just in the fridge. And so this is like a lot softer, it's more pliable. It's just the way you pre-treat the fabric, it just turns this into really nice soft. But I also love the natural texture of it too after you wash it. But anyway, so I just took had a chunk, these two pieces, this was one piece together, and I just ripped it in half. And then I like that it's not straight. I think that just adds visual interest. So that's what the base of this is this right here. And try and get some stuff caught on me here. Okay, so let me see, what else can I talk about that's not too boring for you guys? I just kind of felt like coming on and you know, getting a video on my channel and just kind of doing some stitching and just chatting with all of you. Oh, a while back, and I'll throw up a picture as I'm talking about it. My goodness, I think it was back like in February. No, it wasn't February, because I was still recovering from my hand surgery. It must have been in March sometime that I was sharing with you on a video. It was one of my videos from when I was upstairs in our bedroom, and I was kind of having a day where I was just down and just kind of, you know, just doing some stitching and some relaxing stuff. And I had shared with you some purple slow stitch like little panels that I had been working on, and they are for a challenge that I have yet to record. I need to do it. I meant to do it months ago, and I'm just waiting. I need to find a day where I feel I don't look, where I feel like I look halfway decent, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because I want to film it as a face video so I can, you know, look at you guys and talk with you and everything. So I'm hoping maybe later this week I can get to that and get that filmed. But pretty excited about it, and I thought it'd be something fun to do. I have not had a challenge on my channel for, oh my goodness, years. I don't think I've ever actually done a challenge on my channel. I know I've done it on my blogs when I used to blog back in the day. I don't know, I'll have to look at my videos, my past videos, and see, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. But I like doing challenges. I think they're fun. And of course I will have an amazing giveaway or amazing prize package, because there will be a prize for those who want to participate in the giveaway. And I'll have all the details about that when I do that video. So I need to find where I put them, because I put them in some project bags that I have, which, let me show you. In case you're not sure what project bags are, these are the kind that I have. Ooh, let me zoom out a little bit. And I keep them in here as I'm working on different things. It's a little bit more organized. Like these are some of the slow stitch tags I was working on when I was in Montana with Angie, and I'll share these later in a separate video. But just working on some tags, and these of course will be up for sale as well once I finish putting them together, completing them. Those were a lot of fun. And so I did that, and then like here's a project that I'm working on as well. You can kind of see I've already kind of started doing it, and I just kind of put all the contents in here. So I have them in one of these types of project bags, but now I just have to remember where I put that project bag, because I took them to Montana so I could show them to Angie in person. And then when we brought them back, or we came home, I mean, I know I kind of have an idea where they are, but I just need to kind of think about it a little bit, I guess, and kind of go look for them. So hopefully I will get that done this week, because I'd like to get that going. I'm also overdue for my 25,000 subscriber challenge, and I had my lovely friend Michelle from Red Cottage on Etsy. She graciously sent me another $25 gift certificate to her Etsy shop to use as my giveaway for on my channel. And I am now at I gotta go click and look here if my laptop wants to cooperate. Okay, so according to my YouTube channel as of today, I'm just looking on my channel, not like going to Social Blade or whatever, but it shows that I have I'm at 26.7 till 26,000, basically almost 28,000 almost 27,000 subscribers. So I am definitely overdue for 25,000 subscriber giveaway. I'll have to call it something else, but the gift certificate from Michelle does say 25,000 on a subscriber giveaway, but it doesn't matter. It's still going to be good, even if I didn't use it until 50,000, or if I ever if I'm ever lucky enough to reach that number. So, and then of course there will be some prizes for me as well, because I like to do more than one, just to kind of give people, more than one person, an opportunity to win. So more about that is coming up, but I definitely want to focus on getting that slow stitch challenge done first, because that way I can give you all some time to work on your slow stitch piece once I give you all the details of what I'm kind of looking for and what the challenge is about, and then get that sent back to me, and then I can use it. Oh, I don't want to tell you. I'm going to quit talking about it, because I want to wait until the video so I can tell you what I plan on doing with the challenge entries. So I have that on my schedule. Let's see. Since we got the paper storage upstairs units, the Calyx units from IKEA, our nephew Miles, who's the one that had his graduation party, he also, real quick, in my description box underneath my where it has like my other crafty friends, and I link their YouTube channels, at the very top is my nephew Miles, and it's just Miles Henderson, and he does like a lot of outdoor type stuff. I mean, he's 18, so he does like some fishing stuff and different things, and so it's not craft related, but I still want to support him and help promote him if I can. So if you wouldn't mind taking a moment to click on that link to his channel and then subscribe, that would be awesome. And just to kind of help promote him with what he's doing while he's waiting for college to start in the fall, and just kind of having doing some fun stuff on YouTube. It's all good, clean fun, and good content he has going. So anyway, so Miles had come over a couple weekends ago, and he and Steve put together the 4 Calyx units, and Steve measured to the what's the phrase I want to use? I can't think of the phrase I want to use. Steve measured perfectly. I'll just say that, with how well he measured, because we were able to fit 4 of those Calyx units upstairs, and it was like they were built for that room, that space. So, and again, I'll put a picture or pictures of that area. So now that that's done, I can start focusing on unpacking my papers, all of my thousands and thousands and thousands of sheets of papers. And I started off as a scrapbooker 25 years ago, so I have quite the accumulation of paper, and just different types of scrapbook paper, whether it be paper pads or a lot of loose sheet paper, like individual sheets, like if I just want a certain a couple pages or a couple sheets of paper from a collection or something like that. So I have a ton, and that's going to include like my coffee day papers, vintage papers, and book pages and book blocks that I take out of old books and things like that. Those will be stored up there as well, but I will have a stash of them down here too, because that way I'm not, heaven knows I could use exercise going up and down my stairs, but that just to kind of make it a little bit more, I guess, productive for me, I'm going to have some of those items down here as well, just to make it a little bit easier for me to do that, work on those projects. So I have, I've already started, I probably have, oh goodness, probably, I don't know how many sheets, but it's probably a stack about this thick of paper that I'm already getting rid of, and that's just out of, that's only from 5, those 3-door Sterilite units you can get from like Walmart and Target. I had 5 of those, which I sold locally because I didn't need them anymore, because I have the Calyx units, and I have those We Are Memory Keepers paper tray holders, and so that is just from those 5 that I'm getting rid of. Now that doesn't count all of the boxes and different storage things that I have, my other papers, and then I haven't been able to get to since we moved back home. And then also being a shopper, I've added to that hoard by when I go to the different craft stores, and I've been to different crops and things like that. So I'm trying to weed through what I don't use, and it's hard for me to get rid of my paper. It's hard for me to part with anything, but especially paper, because paper is like my love. I have always loved paper, working with paper and creating it, and just with different, you know, elements and whatnot. And so, but you know, I need to focus on how I'm creating now, and not hang on to things from 15 years ago, 20 something years ago, because I will never use some of those styles or patterns again, because I have a lot of leftover like sports stuff from when my kids were still in school and playing sports, you know, various sports. You know, there's dancing and cheerleading and football, basketball, soccer, volleyball, that kind of stuff. So, and you know, I'm done with those scrapbooks and memory albums because, you know, my kids already graduated from high school and all that stuff. So those are things I am going to be weeding through. I will be doing some de-stash videos. I'm looking to see where I want to start again. I will be doing some de-stash videos for sure on my channel, so watch for those of papers and stuff. I'm just going to put them into large priority flat rate boxes and just sell them as a flat rate price, which will include shipping, and with the exception of going outside the US, because those, you know, the flat rate boxes are only that price for shipping. The flat rate price is only good for anywhere within the United States. So, but all that information will again be on in that video when I get to that point. So that's kind of my focus as well, and I haven't been working on it probably since a little over a week ago, when we had Kyron and we had some other family obligations and stuff last week. And then I'm kind of in the middle of, it's kind of like the middle, but kind of towards the tail end of a flare-up with my pain. I have pain constantly. It's not like I only have pain when I get like a flare-up or whatever, because I hurt all the time. It just hurts worse, and that usually happens when I overdo it and do too much, which is exactly what I did this weekend with Kyron. But I wouldn't trade a single second for it. I mean, it's all this additional pain I'm feeling is completely worth it, because I got to see my grandson, and he just means everything to me. So anyway, so I'm probably not going to work on that this week. Steve kind of wants me just to, you know, just chill out and just, you know, rest and all that jazz. So next week, I have plans to get back to going through the paper, all the boxes of paper, and then just kind of getting, making my piles of what I'm going to get rid of and what I'm going to keep and de-stash, and then some I'm going to, you know, donate, because I got a school teacher that lives across the street from us. She's a grade school teacher, and so there might be, I think there's some different papers and things that I have that I think she could use in her classroom. But of course now with the current, you know, COVID situation, I don't know, you know, it looks like everything's going to be online, but I'm not sure, you know, what's going to actually happen here, at least in our part of Oregon. So, but anyway, so that's kind of what I'm planning on doing with that stuff. And then the stretch of my back. That's my very old chair you hear. Oh my goodness, I'm at a half an hour and I've like talked about nothing. Good grief. So that's kind of the plan with the room, is getting the paper going and getting that unpacked, and just sorting through more of my stuff, which is a good thing for me to be doing. So, because I've kind of been hampered with working on more journals and tomes and things like that I want to make and to sell, to put up on my website, and until then I'll just sell off my YouTube channel as I have been, because a lot of my papers and things that I want to use have been packed, and so it'll be nice to have access to that stuff again. So it'll be great. And then I'm going to be using part of the storage in the Calyx unit for fabric as well, because I've apparently turned into a fabric store the last couple of years. And I've always crafted with fabric, but since I found slow stitching, it'll be, let's see how many years it'll be, almost about 2.5 years, I guess now, something like that. You know, my fabric stash has greatly increased. So I've always collected, well, I guess collected / hoarded used vintage linens, because I've been, you know, pretty much a lifelong collector of vintage things and stuff. So that'll be nice to have that storage up there. I also have my purple chair that I shared quite a while ago. I'll have to remember to throw pictures up as I'm talking about certain things when I go back to edit the video. But I'm gonna be having a really cool kind of a corner up there, and I'll do a special video on that once that is set up fully. I just want to get more of the paper. I want to focus on getting my paper unpacked first, because that's more of a priority for me, because I, one, need to get it unpacked and then sort through what I don't want, and so I can actually use it. And then also because I need to clear out our RV bay, because we are actively looking for a trailer, and we need a place to put it. Since we have an RV bay, that's where it needs to go. So that's exciting and fun. And I grew up with where we camped in campers, and of course all of us kids, we would tent camp and stuff out, next to our parents and stuff like that. And but I have never as an adult owned a trailer before, neither has Steve. So this will be an exciting venture for us. So hopefully we find something. If we don't come across something that we like, before the summer's over, then that's okay. We'll still keep looking, and we're not like in a rush or anything. We're just getting to the part where now that I'm able to empty out my room, or excuse me, my rooms are done, and I can start unpacking my craft supplies, which are currently in the RV bay. It's becoming more of a reality for us to have a trailer. And it doesn't make any sense for us to get a trailer and then pay to store it somewhere when we have an attached RV bay. So that's kind of where that line of thought is coming from. And let's see what else is going on. What's going on? That's about it, I think. Not too much exciting things are happening. Too much going on. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's about it. So I don't know what else I could probably bore you guys with. Like I said, oh my goodness, it's almost 40 minutes now. So I don't know if you like these kind of videos. Let me know if you do. If you don't, that's okay. Just be kind if you want to tell me that. If you don't, you don't have to tell me that. But if you feel like you want to, that's fine too. Just, let's try to be kind about that, please. And because I can do more of these, because a lot of times when I'm out here stitching or working on projects, I'm just either listening to music or watching random things on YouTube, or if I feel the talking for a little while, I will turn on my camera and do stuff like this. So just kind of like people do like the craft alongs, and I guess I'll call this a stitch along, because I'm stitching while I'm chit-chatting with you guys. But if there are any topics or anything that not necessarily a Q&A, because I want to do one, but I want to wait a little bit, I think, because I don't know why. I don't know. I don't really have a reason, I guess. But if there's anything specific you want me to talk about, or you're interested in, it could be about my life too. It doesn't have to just be about creative things and stuff. Just leave it in the comment section, and then when I feel up to doing another one of these, I will look at those, and I can have topics to talk about when the next time I do another stitch with me like this. So all right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, because I feel like I'm completely boring all of you to tears. So I got a couple of rows in, again, slow stitching, so it's not a race. Perfect for me, but I'm just kind of working on this. So, and I will turn the camera back on again when I start adding more elements. I think I'll just do like maybe a shorter version of a stitching with me type of video. But I definitely, because I need to get this project done, but you'll definitely be seeing a completed project video once I do complete this as my design team project for Miss Tracy Fox. Let me show you what it looks like when it's buttoned up. When she's all buttoned up and ready, presentable. So that's kind of how it's going to look, like that. And I think that's really a cool looking project, and I love that things are sticking out. I love that piece of it. And then there will be some other elements on the back side as well. Some of the stitching is going to show the back stitching, the back side, because I like that. I think it's visual interest and just adds another element to the project, and so I'm all about that. Anyway, so there it is. So thanks so much for letting me gab your ears off for 40 minutes. I'll probably have to clip some out, because I don't know if it's going to be too long and too boring. So again, leave in the comment section below if there's anything you'd like me to talk about or chit chat about when I'm doing another stitch with me, and we can do that. So I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Please continue to stay safe and stay healthy out there, and I will see you all in my next video. So have a great day. Bye for now. Bye.